Alright, folks. Suggestion that was made over at... Actually, I'm kind of just going to take a little pressure off of Trek Yards, because I suggested maybe reviewing some of the fan films out there, fan film series, since Discovery's on a break, I guess, and wonder if ever do that. And I'd say, it was Samuel diplomatically, but very firmly said, no, we don't do fan films, because I'd have to do them very fairly. And to be fair, most of them are utter crap. Sorry, guys. With some and it's a few notable few, because there's just so many out there that it's just law of there are some notable ones that are very high quality, mainly Star Trek Continues, and then Star Trek New Voyages Phase 2 stuff. But from there, it's a kind of a steep drop off there. So I'll go. I'll take one for the team on that. I'll just take a look at some of these fan films and do some reviews of them. It's got to be a little more scripted, I think, because it's got to be some detailed looks at the various episodes. And I don't think we'll do episode by episode, because Star Trek Continues, that is, I think, 11 episodes just by itself. That'll take a while, so it's got to be kind of a condensed thing. And same thing with New Voyages. They got a lot of stuff out there. And there's also a lot of stuff they never put out. And take a look at that stuff too. But other stuff that's out there, this is where actually you guys would come in handy, because if you could send links to me, probably on YouTube, of where these things are, so I can actually see them and look at them. I am curious to see how that Yorktown Time for Healing thing ever came out, because I was reading about that in the Starlog in the 80s, and I know that they finally went back to it and started fixing it. And if anybody's got to look at Paragon, that on the kind of the first big one of all time back in the 70s, I would love to see some of this stuff, because I'm curious. Because one day I want to be able to get into doing this sort of stuff myself. It'll probably be on paying to use someone else's set here and there, because and also take a look at the sort of the fan film community as it stands right now, post Axanar, and look at some of the things. Because right now there's a mess with the former Starship Exeter sets, when the move from Oklahoma to, I think, Arkansas, but there's a big kerfuffle going on over there. I want to look into that a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a good little adjunct to start looking at some of these fan films and the stuff around it, because it's a bit of the fan community I'm kind of intrigued about. And I got my own little couple ideas for a fan film series that I'd like to kick off. It'll be interesting trying to do it in the current environment, and I'll see how long those guidelines actually hold up, especially since, there is still a feeling of, after seeing the slow motion train wreck that is Discovery, it's like, this is why Axanar got sued and all these draconian guidelines came down to defend this. Please. But yeah, that's coming up, and because there's gonna be one of those where I got to set up the computer, do some, then script things out and make it a little more structured than the usual stuff here. And considering the number of fan films, this is something I can probably keep on doing for a while, because there's a lot of stuff out there. And yeah, it's gonna be. I'll start with the top of the heap here. What I said with the Star Trek Continues stuff, that if it was up to me, I think I would follow Rod Roddenberry's lead and include it in the concordance. But I might be able to do an adjunct here. Here's a supplement for those of you who want to go that route. Because yeah, they did a very good job of dovetailing in with canon and making it. And it's Rod Roddenberry's opinion that if Gene was still around, he would consider Star Trek Continues canon. So take that for what you will. Of course, Gene also at one point wanted to decanonize third season of original series and every movie but the motion picture. And whatever he was working on currently at the Next Generation at the time. So you can't do that, Gene. Okay, that's a bit much. Sorry. So yeah, I think the most they let him get away with was declaring that parts of Star Trek V was apocryphal I prefer to think of it as the bulk of that movie is actually a drunken ghost story told around the campfire by Kirk and McCoy after a little too many helpings of those special beans and the secret ingredient. And you think about it, except for you got the opening scene on the planet, but for the most part, it's bookended by them around the campfire. Because you can just figure when they're doing, as they're fading out, and then just actually, wait a minute, we forgot something. Ghost stories. We got to tell a ghost story. And then once upon a time on Nimbus 3, and I'm going to do up a commentary track to go with that movie. Where Kirk and McCoy go, and then he rides in with a whole bunch of people, and sure the defense of Nimbus 3 that shut up, Spock, they're telling a story here, and it turns out that Sybok is your brother. It's like, I have no brother. Shut up. It'll be fun. But yeah, go with that. And also, I want to throw while I'm on Star Trek V. There was a guys who did a couple of parody things of MST3K. They did one of Star Trek V, and because I wasn't familiar with the MST3K that much, I thought it was an actual show, but no, they did a very good job of duplicating the robots and the set, the transitions, and those silhouettes down the corner. But they also did one of Highlander 2, which I would like to track down.
Oi.
But that's a fun one. But that's some stuff we got in mind here. And PayPal, Patreon down below, and we'll keep you posted. Thanks. Oh, and PayPal especially, guys, because we're really up against it here. We meant to get some help from a few friends and some help in the offing. But yeah, I was down to like $1.84 in my checking account last night, guys. Okay, can't get much on that. So.
And my checking account.
And other checking account is overdrawn at the moment for some strange reason. Thankfully, it wasn't. It's a bank fee, so I won't incur an overdraft charge. But that's kind of small comfort when you're sitting there looking at a $16 overdraft. Anywho,
hi.
Yeah, Mrs. says hi, and I'm surprised the cat hasn't come up and said hi. But yeah, fan film reviews coming soon. So catch you later.